I've come across a lot of people who don't really know the rules behind transformations and fusions, so today I'm bringing you a video to explain everything going on behind this mechanic. For example, have you ever thought this transformation icon was a gauge that charges over time? Like the skill meter? If you thought that, I'm telling you right now that is not how it works, and I'll explain all of it in just a moment. But first, if you find this video helpful, please drop a like so I know the content is heading in the right direction. And please also consider to subscribe. With your help, we are so close to get more than 500 subscribers, and it really helps me a lot. Now, let's get into the rule number 1, and we will use Super Goku for this. At first, it seems like the link between skill levels and transformations is linear, but something strange happens as you charge a skill level over time. You get one transformation available at level 2, and you can jump straight to the second form. But once your skill level goes past the level 3, the transformation icon jumps to 5, then 6, and finally 8. That's because the icon doesn't represent transformation levels, it actually shows how many forms you have available to choose from. Basically, they consume skill points, and let's break it down. Right now, Goku has an 8 on his transformation icon. That means I can pick between 3 of his forms, plus 2 Vegeta forms, and 3 Gogeta forms. That adds up to 8. Now, we'll transform him into blue, which costs 3 levels, so the skill bar drops down to 6. At level 3, the transformation icon will now always show 1, no matter how many skill points I have, and that's because I only have the option to go back to the base form. So technically, available transformations is just 1. Once I'm back in the base form, my skill bar keeps charging and reaches 4, meaning I now have access to at least 6 out of the 8 possible forms, only missing the blue fusion. So the bottom line is, this is what you consume when you fuse or transform, and this is how many transformations you currently have available. Rule number 2 applies to all the fighters. It's about the cooldown time between transformations. The truth is, as long as you have enough levels in the skill bar, you can transform as much as you want. The only restriction is a 5-second cooldown between transformation. In this example, Frieza has all the required levels to reach his final form. The video isn't speeded up or edited in any way. I just need to wait 5 seconds between transformations to jump to the next one. Rule number 3. We all know that transforming resets the switch gauge. In this example, I got Kefla completely beaten up with 2 options. The smart one is to tag out and recover while a teammate keeps fighting. The wrong move is to transform, reset your switch gauge, and die for nothing. So the rule is very simple. Transformations and fusions resets your switch gauge. The smarter strategy is to tag out, recover some health, and only transform when jumping back in, never after fighting for too long. And the reason is very simple. When you tag in, your switch gauge is already at 0, so transforming resets something that is already empty. The only thing to keep in mind is the 5-second countdown before the transformation icon shows up. Remember the cooldown explained before. If you currently have a transformation, I would do exactly the same. I'd tag out, and if needed, come back to detransform and then perform the fusion. And now that we are speaking about fusions, let's talk about the rule number 4. Some fusions seems to have restrictions that prevents you from using them unless you are in a specific transformation state. For example, to trigger any of the Vegito or Kefla fusions, the initiation fighters must be in the base form. If they are currently transformed, then the fusion option won't be available. This, for some reason, does not apply to Gotens. Both Trunks and Goten can be in any form and still fuse without a problem. You can see that in the footage I'm showing now. Rule number 5 comes straight from the series. To fuse, both fighters must match their ki. In this case, I have got Super Saiyan 3 Goku waiting outside, while base form Vegeta initiates the fusion. Technically, the fusion shouldn't go through, but the game helps you by auto-reverting Goku to the base form, so the fusion can proceed. The curious case is with Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. When you have Kid Goku on your team and Vegeta Super Saiyan 4 initiates the fusion, the game gives you Super Saiyan 4 Goku for free, without you needing to spend all the levels by yourself. That means this fighter is granted all the way up to that transformation basically for free. So looks like there are some cases on which you can take advantage of this mechanic. This brings us to the final rule, number 6. There are two cases where you need to consider a kind of economy when fusing. These are for the Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta and for Zamasu. In Zamasu's case, in order to fuse, if you're using black, you first need to transform into Rosé. Otherwise, the fusion option won't appear. But if you are playing as Zamasu, the next step is straight to the fusion. That makes it way more convenient to use from Zamasu than from black. So, for black, it costs 5 skill points to reach the fusion, while for Zamasu it only costs 3. A smart strategy would be to fight using just black, since he is super OP, and keep Zamasu in the reserve to heal the fusion. Then trigger the fusion, and that's pretty much it. This way makes it way more efficient for him. In the case of Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, the fusion is much more expensive if you start from Goku than from Vegeta, since Vegeta is already in Super Saiyan 4, while Goku has to go all the way from Kid form. The difference is huge. Goku will need around 7 skill points, while Vegeta only needs 4. But wait, if you made it this far, here is a bonus rule. But first, don't forget to leave a like if you haven't already. We are super close of those 500 subscribers, and remember, each subscriber boosts our power level. Alright, bonus rule number 7. We all know you can't pick the same fighter twice, except for characters like Cyberman, Metal Cooler and Cell Jr. But there is a way to bypass this restriction. Just pick the fusion character and then choose fighters from who you can fuse. Like in this case, I'm selecting Gogeta 4 and I also have Goku and Vegeta in the team. That means I can fuse mid-fight and end up with 2 Super Saiyan 4 Gogetas. Obviously, this isn't viable in a PvP match, but it's good to know it's something you can do in a battle. Thanks so much for sticking around till the end, sending you a big hug and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye bye!